In a world where many people are more focused on being heard than on hearing others, practicing humility through listening can set us apart. It shows that we are willing to learn from others, that we are open to new ideas, and that we value the experiences of those around us. This doesn't mean we should never speak or share our thoughts. The Stoics encouraged meaningful dialogue, but they emphasized that when we do speak, it should be with intention and purpose. Our words should be chosen carefully, and they should contribute positively to the conversation, listening as a path to inner peace. Finally, the Stoics believe that listening can help us maintain our inner peace. When we focus on understanding rather than being understood, we become less attached to the outcome of the conversation. We're not trying to prove a point or win an argument. Instead, we're simply engaging in the exchange of ideas, which can be a calming and grounding experience. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius writes, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do, only what you do." By shifting our focus away from ourselves and onto the other person, we release the need for validation or approval. We become more centered, more peaceful, and more in control of our emotions. In conclusion, the Stoic approach to communication is not about speaking more or louder. It's about listening with the intent to understand. It's about choosing our words carefully and speaking only when it adds value. It's about recognizing the power of silence and the importance of humility. By practicing these principles, we can improve our relationships, enhance our conversations, and find greater peace in our interactions with others. Be the example. Lead through actions, not words. We live in a world where talk is abundant. Everywhere we go, people are ready to share their opinions, argue their views, and debate endlessly about what it means to be good. We might find ourselves in these very discussions, trying to define what qualities make a good person, what virtues we should uphold, and how we ought to behave. But the truth is simple. Words will only take us so far. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." These words hold the key to a timeless truth. It is through our actions, not our words, that we truly define ourselves. Actions are what inspire others. Actions are what create change. And actions are what reflect our true character, far beyond any verbal proclamation. This message resonates across time and cultures because it speaks to a fundamental aspect of human nature. We often find it easier to talk about what we believe in rather than to live by those beliefs. We talk about kindness, yet how often do we go out of our way to be kind in difficult situations? We discuss integrity, yet how many of us consistently act with integrity when it's inconvenient? This gap between talk and action is where many of us struggle. Lead by example, not by words. If we want to lead others, if we want to make an impact on the world, we must first commit to leading by example. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, advised his followers to let their actions do the teaching. He said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." There's a profound difference between talking about what is right and actually doing what is right. Let's say you're at a social gathering, surrounded by colleagues and friends. Conversations are flowing, and someone brings up a topic you're passionate about. It's tempting to jump in and share everything you know to showcase your insights and knowledge. But Epictetus would encourage you to pause and consider. Instead of talking, how can you live the values you're about to preach? For instance, if the topic is kindness or patience, are you demonstrating these qualities in how you interact with others at the gathering? If the conversation is about leadership or humility, are you quietly embodying these traits, allowing your actions to speak for you? This principle is beautifully illustrated in one of Epictetus's metaphors. He likened our knowledge to sheep. He said sheep don't vomit up their grass to show the shepherd how much they've eaten. Instead, they silently digest it and produce wool and milk. The lesson here is clear. We don't need to constantly talk about what we know or what we believe. Instead, we should let the results of our actions, our wool and milk, speak for themselves. This is how real change happens. It doesn't happen through debates or lectures. It happens when people witness the impact of living by one's values. As the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. You can argue for hours about the importance of kindness, But when someone sees you consistently act with kindness, even in difficult situations, they are far more likely to be inspired to do the same. Marcus Aurelius understood this well. As the emperor of Rome, he had immense power, yet he constantly reminded himself to live modestly, with humility and integrity. His example influenced not just those around him, but continues to inspire millions today, centuries after his death. He didn't need to preach about what it meant to be a good leader. He showed it in how he ruled and how he lived. The power of cognitive consonance. There's a concept in psychology called cognitive consonance, which refers to the harmony between one's beliefs and actions. When your actions align with your values, you experience a sense of peace and fulfillment. This is what Stoicism encourages us to pursue. When we live by our principles, we not only improve the world around us, but also experience a deep sense of contentment and purpose. Think about the last time you acted in alignment with your values. Perhaps you stood up for someone who was being mistreated, even though it was uncomfortable. Or maybe you remained calm in a situation that would have typically made you lose your temper. How did that feel? Most likely, it felt empowering. That's the power of living in accordance with your principles. Take the challenge. Live your philosophy. Here's a challenge for you. Choose one Stoic principle that resonates with you. Maybe it's patience, kindness, resilience, or humility. Now for the next week, make a conscious effort to live that principle in every situation. Whether you're at work, at home, or out with friends, let that value guide your actions. If you find yourself getting frustrated, remind yourself of your commitment to patience. If you're tempted to gossip, remember your dedication to kindness. If you're facing a setback, reflect on your desire to be resilient. By the end of the week, you'll likely notice two things. First, you'll feel more aligned with your values, which will bring a sense of peace and fulfillment. And second, you'll inspire those around you, not through your words, but through your actions. Be the change you wish to see. The world needs more people who lead by example. We need more kindness, more patience, more integrity, and the only way to create that change is by living it ourselves. As the famous quote often attributed to Gandhi says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." If you want more kindness in the world, start by being kind in your daily interactions. If you want more honesty, live truthfully in everything you do. If you want more resilience, practice staying strong in the face of challenges. The Stoics believed that by becoming the best version of ourselves, we naturally improve the world around us. And it all starts with our actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Live by your principles, lead by example, and watch how your actions inspire others to do the same.